Hello there, how are you doing? This is a video about Mains of Usan in Angus in Scotland. It's an old mill and here's some young cows. Nothing to do with an old mill, it's the calf, and there's a couple of cows in here with calves and they're quite jealous of each other, the cows, so they keep each other away from the calves. Seems to be what they do, and this is part of the disused derelict buildings, and you'll see where the mill was in a minute. This looks like the old engine room because of the chimney. It could have been the bakehouse because of the chimney, I don't know. I don't know it was ever a baker's, but that wall is where the mill wheel used to be, and there's all this area inside, so there must have been more than just a mill, more than just milling going on. For sure, and in the distance there you can see Scurdie Ness lighthouse, the most photographed lighthouse on the east coast of Scotland. It's round near a place called Ferry Den, and the entrance to the harbour's there, and you'll see later as a ship goes in. It looks like it's going to hit the lighthouse. And when the harbour's busy, they moor out in Lunan Bay and further round towards St Cyrus. Quite interesting. I like that big red one with a K on the side. There's actually a boat hanging out of it, which they've just hoisted in. Because of the big K, I call it the Special K. I don't know what it is. I've never looked it up. So, and here's somebody drying their wings off. There's quite a bit of activity there. As you can see, there's ducks moving about in the foreground, and cormorants ready to go fishing. And I sometimes think the ducks hang around because the cormorants leave waste and the ducks can pick it up. Makes for easy eating. I've not seen them doing that, but I've watched them often enough. It's a grand place to go around to, is Mains of Usan, and well worth the trip out if you're out in Montrose. It's only a couple of miles to walk. It's only a couple of miles to drive. So that lighthouse you've seen in the distance is at Ferry Den, which is only a mile and a half sort of thing out of Montrose. And this ship is under power. She's off down south somewhere. Could just be going to Dundee, but she's going south. And this is where they used to pull and launch the old boats in. There's a winch here, and this is the Scott Mausoleum in memory of the Scott family. It's a shame it's been let to go, but obviously none of the Scots seem to give a damn, so why should anybody else, I think? I could be wrong saying that. They could all be dead for all I know. I'm sorry about the angle, but I had my tripod set funny. As one does sometimes. I should have straightened it up in the post-editing here, but I couldn't be bothered. I thought it looked rather good leaning to the right. And there's the sign of the skull and crossbones. It's meant to keep the other dead people away from you. I read that somewhere. Go Google it. You can see there's plenty of stones in the wall and one on the floor, the ground. And then there's a little stream outside with a pond, and it's full of fish, but not big enough to eat yet, unless you're into sprats. And here's the Special K. Now you can see the boat in the side entrance to the ship. It's just been hoisted up. It's been shopping, I think. Interesting. It came in at high speed. Now this is going to travel up by Annet Bank, the shifting sands. The pilot's on board. All ships coming in and out of Montrose need to have a pilot on board. Not the little fishing boats, but the bigger ships. And you can see it actually looks like it's going to ride on the rocks. It isn't. It's a good bit away. But it has to come towards the rocks to avoid the shifting sands. And there's Scurdie Ness lighthouse again. And it goes past there and into Montrose harbour and it's got two sides, the ferried end side and the Montrose side. But it's an unusual shape, and I like the idea of the side being open to get the shopping in and out. I thought it was funny. I couldn't think of another reason for them having it there. These are stills, obviously. Mainly because I wanted to get the foreground in a bit better than I can do with focusing on the videos. And that's it. Yeah, this is the mains of Usan. Go and have a look if you're near there, and the end is near here. So thanks for watching, and as I always say, cheerio the new Jimmy. Bye.